Hey guys, welcome back. So tomorrow is a big day for many investors, and it's a huge day for a massive fintech called SoFi, which I'm sure you are aware of. Now in this video, I don't want to talk so much about SoFi itself. There's tons of great content out there already covering that topic. What I want to do today is talk about the massive rally IPOE, the Spac taking SoFi public, has had. Talk about 3 reasons it had a big rally. I want to talk about why I sold and what I plan to do next. So the best thing to do is go right to the trading screen, remove the disclaimer, and then start off with a simple tweet, because that's what we do nowadays. And this is from the SoFi Twitter page. If we just scroll down here a little bit, they had this pinned since May 14th, which sums up everything pretty well. If you are a shareholder of IPOE, as of 4/29, exercise your right to vote in the merger with SoFi before the deadline of 5/27. That's tomorrow. Look for an email from your brokerage or visit voteipoe.com for info on how to vote. More important info at Vote IPOE. Now, you probably got this information from your broker already if you are looking to vote, but what you can do is just go to this site and vote if you are a shareholder. There's also tons of more information here. If you're curious, I always recommend going to the source and learning about it as well. Now, what's happening during this vote? You can vote and the board of directors is going to vote tomorrow if IPOE should merge with SoFi. And if it does, we intend to close the deal on 5/28 and start trading as SoFi on 6/1. So in 3 days or something like that. So basically, if you own IPOE, those shares are going to turn into SoFi shares on the 1st of June. Now, that's the big news. That's why there's been quite a big of a rally. There's a second catalyst behind the rally, I could say, or you could say, and that is the SEC regulation that came out in terms of Spac warrants. There's been a little bit of confusion lately on how warrants should be labeled on the balance sheet, and that affected some income statement or balance sheets a little bit here. Let's read a short snippet here from Monthly Fool. The news came just weeks after the company announced it has restated its financials to comply with recent directive issued by the SEC regarding the accounting treatment of Spac warrants. And then the treatment here, the SEC concluded that Spac warrants should be listed as liabilities on the balance sheet rather than being carried as equity, resulting in a waterfall of restatements, right? All the Spacs out there had to fix that, which wasn't really the worst news in the world. Really, what people didn't like, what Wall Street doesn't like, what stocks don't like is uncertainty. And that's really what this whole entire investigation created around SPACs. And that's why SPAC market dried up for a bit. And now it's rallying again. So that's the second reason. And the third reason is, honestly, SoFi is a massive company. It's got a lot of publicity. You got people like Kramer saying he likes it, he's watching it, but he wants the SPAC merger to go through first. So he wants to be buying SoFi, not IPOE, basically in a nutshell. Now, if it does happen, we're going to be seeing something like this. SoFi right now with a $9 billion market cap, roughly, depending on where it actually opens up at when it does have the merger. You can compare it maybe to Coinbase, roughly at $50 billion, give or take right now, depending on that little rally it just had. So getting up there a little bit. Now, we have to be a little bit weary here. What happens if it doesn't go through? What happens if the merger does not have its agreement tomorrow? Well, then we're going to go back here. We're going to have renegotiations. Maybe it's going to fall through entirely, and then there's going to be roughly another 15 months or so where the company is going to look for a merger. IPOE is going to look for a new company. It doesn't seem very, very likely, but that's the risk, because if it doesn't go through, the stock's going to fall. Otherwise, the merger is going to go through, and then like we saw here on the 28th, the deal would close, and then the 1st of June, the trading would begin. So that's kind of how it's going to happen here in a nutshell. Now, I want to talk a little bit about this price action we've been seeing, and this is why I sold. If you guys know me from the stream or day trading, all that fun stuff, you know I'm a bit of a momentum trader, and I do that with day trading and swing trading. Swing trading kind of similar, but At the same time, it's a different strategy. Now, with swing trading, we were approaching huge resistance here, and this ticker has rallied about 50%. And as we were coming towards this resistance yesterday, I was like, I think it might be time to take a little bit of profits. And that's exactly what I did. So if we come here to TD Ameritrade, you can see I'm actually in my Roth IRA account, and we've been holding this for a long time. We did a trade here. We had a big sell-off. I actually sold this one so I can rebuy because I had a feeling the sell-off wasn't done. So I did a rebuy here. We've been holding this one pretty much since this day, roughly around here, late February, around the 25th. So we've been holding it for quite some time here, 87 days, give or take. A really long time, it feels like. So around 3 months. So now we held through all this. We had the big rally. And then if you just click here a few more times, boom, we had a bit of a blow off top. Let me zoom in a little bit more for everyone. And that is where I ended up selling. And now you can see that I actually started rebuying this ticker. So why would I do that? Why would I sell right away and then just to buy back? Well, like I said before, this is my Roth IRA, and I probably would have not done this if I was not in my Roth IRA. And the reason for that is Roth IRA, you put money into, after-tax money into, and you can grow that money until you retire. The age always changes roughly, but I think right now it's around 59 and a half or 60. And then you could take money out of that account tax-free, totally tax-free. So you can pretty much put the money in here and you grow it, and you don't pay taxes on that unless you take it out ahead of time. Then you have to pay a penalty. So it's, maybe not ideal for everybody, but if you put small amounts of money in, well, you're actually limited to $6,000 a month or a year anyway, so there are restrictions. I have a whole different video on Roth IRA, so I don't want to dive too much into it right now, but that's why. So on a rally of around 50% from the lows, 53% roughly, I was like, oh boy. I mean, big bounce, big bottom bounce here, and now we're approaching big resistance, and there's a high chance of a pullback before that merger, the potential merger. So what I wanted to do, I wanted to lock in some profits. It was kind of a small position size, but still I wanted to lock in some profits with the intent of buying back. So right away, after it's sold, I didn't buy the first day. Let's actually zoom here to the 5-minute chart. Yeah, this is good. So we were crawling up yesterday. I ended up selling, luckily near the highs. I didn't sell too early. I knew $22 was big time resistance. And I knew that because if you just come here, you can really see this is where we had that big move to the upside. We broke it, but we didn't hold our highs well. We did break it again. It acted as support. We bounced off of it, and then it became resistance, right? Very simple support and resistance right there. So zooming on intraday again, you can see here we're crawling up. I sold, and then we pushed back around 9% from the highs, pulled up a little bit again, had a pre-market sell-off, and then I missed this one because TOS doesn't trade till about 7 a.m., which is right here. So I was like, that would have been a nice entry. So what I was waiting for was a red to green move, some sort of morning panic to accumulate and buy back. And that's what I was doing here in this area. And I want to buy a little bit more. So we'll see if it breaks 19. If it breaks 19, I'll probably buy some more. So that's kind of my game plan here. But ultimately, I ended up buying a bigger size. I would have bought the same size, but I really like this ticker or this potential merger here from IPOE. So that was about 11% sell off from the highs that I was able to get a better price on. So that's why I sold and why I bought back inside the Roth IRA. Now, let's see if there's anything else. Yeah, so you guys, if you were in the stream today, you probably saw me talking about it. You saw the positions being filled. I just want to share a little bit. If you just come here to tradejournal.co, you can also see why I sold IPOE. Those are always going to come out first. You have the Discord, the link right in the video description below as well under tradejournal.co/connect, where I always post in the swing trade. So that is where the information goes out first. Or you just check my portfolio here. If you go to you don't click profile, but if you just go here to my portfolio under Winkler, you can scroll down, you can see my latest post, and you can see it there as well. In the future, Trade Journal is going to be having where you can subscribe to my portfolio, so that's going to be an easier way to do it. Either way, it's going to be totally free. I just wanted to share that with you guys. If you're wondering, Alex, how do I get this information a little bit quicker? It would have been great to know that you were selling IPOE. I just wanted to share that with you guys. Anyway, that's everything for this video. Don't forget to drop a like on the way out. Easiest way to support the channel. And let me know what your plans are for IPOE. Are you looking to buy before the merger? Are you looking to buy after the merger? Are you selling here? I would love to know your thoughts. Leave them in the comments below, and I will see you guys first thing tomorrow morning for the stream. And like always, stay safe and make some awesome trades. Ciao, ciao, guys.